I'll show you how you can easily create a dashboard for your email marketing campaigns, showing the data reporting side of things. So you can create two types of dashboard, one for the client, which would show all the positive replies that your email campaigns have received, and then one for internal use, which will show you any type of email reply that you have received, such as out of office, not interested, meeting booked, meeting request, information request, etc. The whole purpose of this is to remove the communication issue for when you have your weekly call with the client and if you don't have a meeting booked, for example. Then in the call, you would be able to inform them and show them with the dashboard exactly how each campaign has been performing and what they can expect in the next coming days or next coming weeks from the email campaigns. Let's take an example of this one. So this is what the client would see. It's only positive replies, but here we booked 5 meetings so far. We also have one that is an information request, meaning that this could also be a potential meeting booked towards the end of the month, etc. We have 13 positive responses and 5 meeting booked. And then you can also go into more detail into who exactly replied to the email and what kind of tag they have. Example would be like Alessandro from Walmart replied that they wanted to get more information, etc. And so this would also allow the client to see what kind of companies are replying to their emails and just gives much more visibility and will makes the whole client experience much better. So I'll show you now like how you can set this up step by step. I'll be using the software Smart Lead to a Google Sheets and using Looker Studio to create a dashboard, using Zapier to connect everything together. Here it's an example of 5 different clients where each client has around 4 to 5 campaigns. Whenever there is a new reply on the email, well, the automation gets triggered and then it goes through each client due to the path. So these are filters, and then basically it adds it to a generic Google Sheets for that client. So any type of email reply goes to that. Then we split it into 2 categories. So you have the internal dashboard and the external dashboard. The external dashboard would be for the client. So these would be only positive replies on the emails. And then the internal dashboard is for internal use in order to understand more why is one campaign performing better than another, and just seeing, okay, maybe you see that campaign 3 has 50 replies, but out of the 50 replies 40 are out of office, and so you would want to then relook at your strategy on how you're going to do the copy or what kind of leads are you going to take from, etc. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to create a Zap where it will catch a hook. So this means that you'll create a webhook, and whenever that webhook will be actioned, so whenever there's going to be information sent to that webhook, the whole automation will start. So the way to do that is, well, you just add the webhooks by Zapier and then you configure it. There's nothing much to do here. Now this link is very important, so you'll have to copy this. Then the next step from here is you're going to create a get webhook. So this will allow you to get information from a different API. So here in this case, we're going to get information from the campaign that was created on Smart Leads. So we click on webhooks, and then here we're going to click on get, and then after that to configure it. So once this is created, then after that you're going to get the Smart Leads API link or whatever API link that has to be used to get the information from the campaign. The only thing that you will need here is the campaign ID. The way that you do that is there will be in the link you'll have a 6-numbered ID. So this is after email campaign / and then you just copy paste those numbers, and then what you're going to do is you're going to replace it here, and of course you remove the brackets. Then for the query string params, you're going to put API key, and then you're also going to put email status. So this will allow you to, well, first of all, connect with your API that's required, and then the email status is to inform the API on what exactly you want to, what kind of information you want to take from it. Email status, you're going to put replied, so this will indicate that you want the information from replied emails. And then, well, for the API key, you just put your API. And for the next steps, you can just keep it as it is. This doesn't have to be changed. And then the next step is to, well, create a loop Zap, which will allow you to take all of the information that you need and place it into one part. What you're going to do is you're going to create a loop from line items. So here the different details that we need is the data lead name, lead category. One is email, so this will allow you to examine which kind of person or businesses have replied to your emails. Once that's done, well, you're going to add the information. So to do that is, well, you need to test the step first. Once you have tested the webhook by Zapier Zap, what you can do is you can just add all of the details that you need. So this is how it looked like. Add another Zap, which will be Google Sheets, and this will be used to create a dashboard on Looker Studio. For this part, you'll need the Google Sheets that is already made. So I'm not going to go into details on how you can create a Google Sheets, but it's pretty simple. Connected, you're going to select the spreadsheet name and then also the worksheet in which the date and where you want to send the data. Done. After that, the only thing that you need to do is you need to fill in the details where all of the data has to go. So make sure that your Google Sheet has the right columns with the right names. So for example, category tag, lead name, lead email, meeting booked, positive replies, email replies. So the ones that we'll be using here is category tag, lead name, lead email. The rest is not important. So after that, you're just going to choose the data and add it to each section. Once that's done, well, you just test the step and this will send the details to the Excel sheet. After you have tested it, well, then we can start creating the dashboard and syncing the data to the dashboard. Look at the Google Sheets. This is how it should look like. You would just have one row and you won't have this. This is just to count exactly, well, how many meetings booked, positive replies, email replies there are. And this will be useful to add it onto the dashboard. But here is to create a blank page on Looker Studio. So Looker Studio is free, it's very easy to use. This is how it will look like when you create a new file. What I'd recommend you is to put a name. So I'll just do client1 tutorial. I'll just name it client dashboard. So this is what the client will see. And then here what you can do is, well, first you need to add data. So you will have to connect it. There's many different ways where you can connect the data. Since we're sending the data to Google Sheets, this is the one you're going to choose. What you need to do is, well, you just need to get the link of the Google Sheets and you add it here. And then from here, you'll be able to connect to all of the data. A trick, make sure that this is on shared, because if it's not, then you won't be able to see the Excel sheet. So that's done. This is what's going to pop up. This you can just delete. And then you can just, well, personalize how you want. So here I always put a title, so client dashboard. Data reporting. And then here you can just put this in the middle in bold, etc. You can personalize it as you want. And then, well, the next step is to add a chart. So me, in this case, I use, the next part here is to publish your Zap. So here you just go into status and you just need to test all of the steps. Once that's done, then you'll be able to publish it. The second last thing to do is to test all of the triggers and then to publish the Zapier. The next thing to do is to test all of the triggers from your Zapier, and then after that's done, you can just publish it. And once it's published, then it's live. This, you're going to copy paste the webhook. So this can be found by clicking on the webhook by Zapier Zap, and then you click on test, and then there you'll see your webhook and you copy paste it. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Postman, which is a free software that allows you to test webhooks. And the only thing that we want to do now is we want to trigger the webhook, so then it triggers the automation. And so what will happen after that is every single email reply that got categorized from Smart Leads will get onto the Google Sheets, which will then be sent to the dashboard on Looker Studio. Here the only thing that you need to do is copy paste your webhook into the Postman, and then you need to put a post section, and then here you just send. And then what you can do is you can go into Zap Runs and you click on one of the tasks, and here you'll see all of the zaps that are being sent. And then if you go back onto your Google Sheets, you'll see the new entries, and then you'll be able to configure the dashboard as you wish. Okay, well, that's it. I hope that it was useful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you.